Welcome to ECN Trade Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration.
Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you very much for joining me. Well, overnight it would seem that the bulls got the upper hand for the euro as the US dollar slipped further. The US Fed minutes still appear to lean to a more dovish stance after this morning's release. The euro managed to break above the 114.65 figure area, triggering stops, and rallied to a fresh 12-week high after the Fed minutes, which on the flip side saw the greenback weaken further across the board, and it saw the US dollar index posting a low of 94.66, nearly reaching the measured move from the break of 95.40. The euro, however, managed to climb to a high of 115.57, hitting the most substantial levels that were last seen back in October 2018. Now, with the greenback fall and reaching its target at 94.40, it is now time to reassess the euro outlook. I'm not overly bullish at these levels and would look towards 116.40 if the market does rally another 100 points as a potential sell zone. In the Fed minutes, Fed chairman expressed that prompting some that may only see one rate rise this year. The Fed has risen its benchmark rate to a range of 2.25 to 2.5 at the conclusion of its two-day policy meeting back in December on the 20th. Therefore, could see further indication that the Fed may put the rates on hold. It was scheduled for 2 for this year. With the concerns of the dollar breaking, as I mentioned, I am neutral here, but I would be a seller towards 116.40. The Australian dollar is now flirting with this 60-day moving average around 71.71. It is assessed that from the recent surge overnight, the resistance was respected around 70.90 after market posted a high of 93. At present, I feel the squeeze is still on, but now getting a little bit tired, and I'm still a seller around 70.90, as I do expect to see a pullback to 71.35 or even down towards 70.60.75. On the trade talks, according to several reports, the US and China are making progress on establishing a trade deal between the two major economies. Following up on China's suspension on tariffs on US car exports, the US government has increased the accessibility to China's market, while the Chinese authorities have eased policies on imports of US products. It was feared that no agreement reached could see the US pose tariffs of up to 25%. But with the 90-day suspension in progress at the moment, we will have to see how the market turns out. Well, the dollar yen is still holding underneath this resistance or trend line, which is at 109.35.55. And from the Fed leaning more to a dovish stance in the minutes, has put further strength on the yen and also weaker on the US dollar. I do expect to see further weakness into play and could see a fall towards the 106.60.75 region, while the top side of 109.30.55 holds. The pound is still struggling at 128, although the market isn't overly bullish at these levels due to the fact that Theresa May did reschedule her Brexit to the January the 15th to try and put to the House of Commons. It was appointed at January 9, but with this slight extension to the date, Theresa May has insisted it will not be delayed again. So 15th of January is the day we should be looking at. The pound is still a little bit uncertain. Although the technicals are bullish, I am still from the RSI point wondering if the market will break down. A rejection or failed attempt above 128 will clearly confirm and move back towards the low region of 124 and reassess from there. Well, the outside range day was not confirmed by the gold after the rejection of 1,300. And back again, we've got the safe haven demand into play after the market rebound from the lows of 79 and up to a high of 93. A break above 1,300 would see further rises and look for a target of 13.50 to 65, so keep that in mind. Rounding up with oil, where my target at $52 was reached after the market rallied nearly 5% overnight. It is assessed from here that I will sit on the sidelines and reassess the position of what the market's going to do. The high overnight was at 52.72, so profit taking should be in play now and reassess after the break of the trend at 48.5. Well, that wraps up for today. Thank you very much for joining me, and as always, look out for the intraday report, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the day that's ahead.